We live.
You trying to get some tuna fish?
Trying to get some fish.
I don't know where I came
What
with
are
the tuna fish. If I
I'm
told
expecting
you,
nuggets,
I'm
maybe.
feeling really funny. $1.99. 10%. Too early? Too soon?
Maybe.
Oh, go ahead.
We're live.
Cool.
Hey guys, we're back.
Wow. We're back.
Yeah.
Feels weird up here.
We had a hiatus. We've been focusing on music a lot.
I don't know why I'm looking at Wade.
I don't know. It's been a while. This
It's been a while.
this feels a little weird.
It's like the first time again.
Yeah.
I remember
Like, you
my
know.
first time.
Right. A little bloody. Anyway.
Wow. Disgusting, dude. Melanie McNally.
Who's that?
My first.
Really?
Was,
Is she watching right now?
I doubt it. Hopefully. I mean, maybe.
Rekindling some old love.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so yeah, we're back.
What's up, Wade?
Took a hiatus. We've been focusing a lot on music.
Yeah.
Been making Liquid. That's our group name. It's Lydell, Kyle, Wade,
Gang.
and Danny.
Liquid.
So Lydell's not here. He's obviously not part of the podcast. It's just our music group. We just wanted to share with you what we've been doing, why we took a break, and what it means to us. So here's the intro song.
Yeah, play it.
If you guys want to hear it, we're gonna play it. If you guys want to listen after.
I'm embarrassed right now.
Why? Don't be embarrassed.
I already got nervous. I don't know. It's like
It's okay, I got
it's
nervous.
Like stage fright. Bro. It's
Yeah.
just-
I mean, we're here. We're still
Alright,
recording.
Let him listen to it, Danny.
We ain't taking no losses. We ain't taking no shortcuts. I can tell you who the boss is, but you already know
I mean,
us.
Red. Red, you want to pass me a cup with some beer? Thanks, sir.
that's Wade.
Red Wade.
We ain't taking no losses.
I love this
We ain't
chorus.
taking
love
no
that chorus, bro.
shortcuts. I can tell you who the boss is, but you already know us.
Let's just see.
I've been pushed up against the wall.
That's
Give me
cop.
some space. I'm
That's
maybe
cop.
about to fall. I really don't care who's coming with me. You should have your eyes if you don't want to see. Maybe I'll fall,
That's red.
maybe break my spirit. But I keep too busy, so I just can't feel it. Let my lungs burn
That's
deep,
water.
my legs keep
He
moving.
got me
My
water.
head face down, my mind
We ain't
keeps
taking
turning.
no losses.
He got
We ain't taking no shortcuts.
not water. Not water.
I
Not
can tell you
water.
who the boss is, but you already know us. Until the God, young Mike in his prime. Jumping from the 10, I do this
That's
every
like down.
time. I just caught wind that your
Beautiful.
baby, you just wanna mind. She only on a lease, nigga, she just wanna nine. She run the tens with a hard cold, don't give
We're
a fuck.
just coming
Damn,
in. Yeah.
I ain't tripping special,
You
we
go around
on
this
the
way, bro.
damn center. Yes, young L bitch on the damn winner. We ain't taking no losses.
We're in the house, man. We're just
Chilling.
Taking no
Chilling. Welcome to the
shortcuts.
crib.
I can tell you who the boss
You got a new roommate.
is, but you
Yeah.
already know
2. No.
us.
1.
So you heard liquid rhyme 3 times.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna show you one more time. My boy Wade's about to jump up on the mic and do things right, like I've been said.
The hot boys with the land, you know, liquid niggas, we never been dead.
Caroline keys on my tears. Money boy fresh from the bricks. Arizona 5 We ain't taking no red.
I didn't even get the point.
We ain't taking no shit.
Talk about some shit.
I can tell you who the boss
What do you
is.
think, Wade?
I think that song was fantastic.
That's a good song, right?
I think it was really good.
We gassed up ourselves. It's lit.
No, it's liquid.
Uh,
We gotta change that.
It
out.
is. It is liquid.
You know, because lit's a word.
It's
but
wet.
We gotta make it's wet
Yeah.
because it's wet.
It's wet.
What's up?
What up? Too many topics. Here we are. Let's start the show.
All right. Subscribe. Can we do that subscribe button thing?
We always do that, and then we don't do
Subscribe
it.
down
But
there.
let's try to do it this time.
Yeah,
Where are we
maybe.
doing it?
Yeah, right. We were
If
talking.
it flips.
No, where do you want it?
Here?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. Well,
Yeah,
if you
this
like
is
us,
cool.
you know,
If you-
you know.
You're gonna like it. It's good. It's funny. Watch me be funny. He's already laughing. Look at. What's up, man?
So I don't know.
Where you been?
What's been new? I've been working.
Dude, how long ago was it our last podcast?
Maybe 3 months.
3 months?
3-ish months, I think. I think that when I saw the last uploaded video, it was like 3-ish months. So
Dang.
what did we start with? I think it was just one night. It was literally I downloaded like Logic on my computer, and
Oh yeah, you got the new laptop. And I
yeah,
was like, hey, Logic, can you get that on there? And you're like, yeah, let's do it.
I was
And
thinking about my laptop.
my laptop. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
We'll get to that later.
But yeah, no, I downloaded Logic and I threw myself into just sounds and putting it together, and then I don't know. I think did Lydell come over that night?
Yeah.
No, it was
I don't
before. I didn't even show Wade the stuff.
I
yet.
don't even remember
It was
meeting
just.
Wade.
It was actually me and you.
Yeah,
just
it was
doing
just me and
things.
you for
Messing with the
few
mic
nights.
that we bought, and we're like, "Yo, we got a mic."
Yeah, because we had got it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Remember, it was like $15
Yeah.
or something. The gold mic.
Yeah, back in the golden days.
Yeah, the golden days. Yeah.
But yeah, we we've invested in equipment.
We were talking about it on the podcast. I remember talking about we're gonna invest in equipment
Yeah.
slowly but surely. This is a drink. Is that hair in it? Or
Yeah.
Oh,
Wade.
no, I'm so sorry.
Thanks,
My
Wade.
bad. My bad.
We were
Garcon.
we were talking about cameras and
Yeah.
all this and that, and
Yeah.
then we got into that music thing, and
And
man,
hey,
we
until
met Wade, and he just put in some dough, bro.
Well, I met Wade. I think you met Wade after me.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
meeting you, bro.
I
I'm
don't
just-
remember meeting you
Yeah,
either.
The first time I met you, bro, we was walking down the street. Remember? It was snowing. We was walking down the street, bro.
In Tucson.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Yeah,
I seen you,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you're like, hey, this is my boy Cal.
Oh, we saw
And
him
you're
across
like,
the street.
Yeah.
Okay, that's funny. That is when I met you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be honestly, it hasn't been just music. It's just been a whole
Man.
bunch of just life.
Well, work's been crazy.
Yeah, work's just been
Promotions, you know,
wild.
that'd be good.
Yeah, congrats! Hey, you got big shit you doing now.
Yeah, my balls are big.
Mm.
Oh, should I say that?
I mean, you could. Yeah. You want to lay them on the table now or something?
Maybe. I don't want to embarrass you.
But anyway, I've been working. A little bit of traveling, I guess.
Yeah, we did some cool stuff.
Yeah, we saw all of Mesa Verde and Cortez,
Dude,
Colorado.
Mesa Verde.
Yeah, I saw
It's
how
seriously-
people lived in the year 600 underground, called pit houses, and 600 years, year 800, 1,000. And what's crazy is as those years go by, the other civilizations or newer villagers, newer generations built on top of the other houses.
Yeah.
Underground.
And use some of the leftovers
Yeah,
and
yeah.
built upon those.
And like they even have underground towers and like it's cool.
Mesa Verde, go there.
Yeah, if you're
It's
ever
cool,
in
it's cool.
Cortez, Colorado, go to Mesa Verde National Park. It's $25 per car.
And there's other benefits to going
Yeah.
to Cortez.
Yeah, it's legal. Just saying.
It's legal.
But
yeah, it's a good
it's a
time.
driving trail, so
Man, not to mention everything else around it.
yeah.
I mean,
you have the Ute Mountains, the Ute
oh, can we
reservations.
talk about Camp Cush?
Yeah,
Bro!
Camp fucking Kush.
Go to Camp Cush. If you're going to Cortez and you're in Mesa Verde, you want to go on Airbnb, your app, and look up Camp Cush.
Yep.
Too freaking cool. Dude.
It's literally two sisters that are running a dispensary that also run a camp.
Yeah, and a grow house.
And a grow house, and pretty much what they're doing in that land is they have uninsulated
Yeah.
uninsulated cabins where they still provide you tons of sheets, and there's different types of cabins where there's one with like six bunk beds, a couch, and a full queen mattress, or like just a queen mattress and a couch. So you could interchange, and there's like a fort in the middle.
Option. Oh, dude, that fort was so cool. And there's a
Yeah.
big fire pit in the middle of the
Yeah.
fort.
And there's wood everywhere, even
yeah.
though they say bring your own
Free
wood. There's
wood.
literally wood everywhere.
You can walk up this staircase outside
Yeah.
the pit and just look over all
Yeah.
of Colorado.
When you go up there, let's say this is the spot. It's like the fire pit or the what is it called?
That was like a
Whatever, fire pit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it was just mountains, 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 and then like plains over there.
grow house.
Yeah. It was beautiful. It was really beautiful to
Camp Kush.
wake up to that. They even had like fresh eggs from their chicken that you can go eat.
I think we should send them a link to this.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, we promoted you because that's so cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Promote.
I think next time we should just do it and not talk about it. Kyle.
Oh, my bad.
You jump fucking.
My bad. I'm always messing up, man. Back to the old days. Like, Kyle,
I'm
fucking
just
up.
messing with you. Look, you can be right one day.
Oh.
One day you can be right.
Before we were talking about don't say where you work at, and then Kyle was like, oh yeah, we were over at Best Western the other day.
And he just says it again.
I don't mean
No,
so.
I think it's fine. I think it's totally fine. But anyway,
I'm not good at it.
scatterbraining.
Oh, too many topics. That's a cool name. I just want to say that's a cool name.
I think I want to fuck around with the logo a little bit more too, and maybe make that a little bit bigger.
Yeah,
What?
because that's channel for scatterbrains.
Yeah.
Because you say scatterbrain a lot.
Because I am. But I think short attention span is really what it is.
ADD. Is that
No.
what they call it? ADHD. Which one? How do you know the difference?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to say. What's the difference? Right?
1 second, I got that for you.
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna look at it.
Got that.
But the medications and
Yeah, it's from what I've known, majority of people who have ADHD / maybe ADD, I don't remember the difference. Wade is gonna let us know. But have been misdiagnosed. There's this. Actually, I'm gonna link this in the comment section. It's a video. It's a TED Talk.
I was gonna say they gotta have a TED Talk on this.
It's a TED Talk,
They gotta have
but
a
it's a
TED
TED Talk about education and how there was an example that he gives, and pretty much I want to talk about it. So if you really are interested, watch the video. But this guy gives an example of how there's this girl. I don't know which year or whatever, but there's a girl in school and she can't stop moving. Like they think that something's wrong with her and stuff, but they keep trying to put her back into classroom setting, doing clerical work, 2 + 2, 4, whatever, and it got to a problem where she's failing all of her classes now. So what's wrong with her? They were like, well, so there was a teacher, the student, and the mom, and the teacher left the room, and the teacher turned on the radio in that room before they left to just watch what she would do.
Right.
And she would just literally dance.
Can't focus on anything else but
And
dance.
yeah, exactly. She couldn't not move, and that's
Right.
exactly. And what Sir Ken Robinson said, who did the actual TED Talk, she's like, it's kind of crazy that for her to think, she has to move. She has to move to think, and that's how she was able to do it. That's not ADD. That's not ADHD.
That's soul.
That's creative intelligence. You know, we look at intelligence in an academic level at IQ, but we never explore creative intelligence because you can't measure. There's no way to measure that.
That's a new generation, bro.
Yeah,
It's a
and the
whole
fact
new
that we're
generation.
talking about that type of stuff is good
Do you
because
think it existed back then, though?
IQ.
The 20s. No, I'm talking about the study of why she was acting that way. The whole concept of ADHD, ADD.
Let's actually. I
So,
want to know the
yeah,
history.
let's-
Yeah.
I got it. Okay. It says today there is no ADD versus ADHD. ADD and ADHD are considered subtypes of the same condition and the same diagnosis.
What is the
What's
condition?
the type?
Uh,
What's the type?
Let me
Not
see
the type.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get back to you on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't-
We'll come back.
Yeah,
So they're the same thing as today's standards.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that what he was trying to prove in that TED Talk was that ADHD and ADD have its place, and people put that wasn't the main topic. That was like a little tangent, but it stuck a lot with me because of the fact that that little girl had to move to think, and that opened that's a little wild.
So
to think
you're
about.
thinking, you're saying that she thought better. Her mind was more
That's-
active
yeah.
when she was moving.
Yeah, and if that's what she wants to do rather than sit there and do math, you know, you need math in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need a certain extent of that. But I think more than anything, the difference is we're obviously completely off topic, even though we are on topic.
Scatterbrains, bro. It's okay. It's okay.
Um,
we're learning.
It's the difference between how the classroom setting in America is set up today. It was based on it's industrialization. It comes down from industrialization. You look at a factory and you look at a school, right?
Right.
So you have 8 hours a day. You have 8 hours a day. You have bells. You have bells. You have recess. You have recess.
But to prepare a
Right.
child for life.
No. But let me.
This is not wrong.
I completely agree.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is the framework of that type of system was to pretty much learn the systems in the factory to pretty much understand, to get a high school education to go back into the factory, right? So I'm not putting down the type of education you get, math, science, English, and all those things, right?
Right.
But it's the way you get it is what I have a gripe with.
Absolutely.
Right? So that framework is still here and it's tough to get rid of. Now, you might ask, how else would you do it? Right? You could still have the 8 hours and different things like that. But from my experiences working with one of my charities called Kids Are Okay, and there's schools in like Norway and Japan where literally, for example, if you want to add 1 and 1 to make 2, right? The kids would go outside and look at a tree. Oh, you got 1 tree. You have another tree. Oh, what's 1 tree and another tree? It's 2 trees. You know, it's kinesthetic learning. It's using your body to learn. It's using your
And
visual
that works for some people.
Well, yes and no, right? But using nature to learn, going outside, using visual, like using your motor skills instead of writing. Like how do you
conceptualize,
like when you're a kid, how do you conceptualize numbers? You know, how do you conceptualize 2 plus 2? How do you conceptualize
Repetition.
that? Just sitting there and doing clerical work for 8 fucking hours.
Yeah, repetition.
Or you could go outside and like, why do people incorporate so many games in teachings now? Because it's more interactive, you're more involved because you're using more of your senses, your observations, your hand-eye coordinations, and things like that.
Why learn one thing at a time when you can learn 2 things at a time?
Exactly.
Okay.
So,
right.
like you're using your observation skills instead of your handwriting skills to
But
add your.
handwriting's important too.
Absolutely, but you still got to do 2 plus 2 on your paper. But you're learning 2 plus 2 on your paper rather than going outside to learn 2 plus 2 on your paper.
But we gotta mix it up.
Yeah, on your textbook you have a picture of an apple.
I think we do that better now. I mean, it's getting better.
I think we're really getting better.
With computers is
but
great too.
I think in today's age, I think alternative learning needs to be learning.
Well, did the computer help or hurt that situation? Because
wait, what are you talking about computer? I'm talking about.
Well, I'm talking about. So now, do we focus more on going to the computer versus going outside and learning? Because
I think it has to be a mesh. I think it's a mesh.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, people use their now smartphones with AR capabilities, augmented reality capabilities, augmented reality capabilities. I'm sorry.
I'm like, what?
I have a lisp.
Yeah.
I guess. It's my permanent retainer in my mouth.
All right, let's get scatterbrain. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's do something different.
Let me actually finish that. I think that's cool. I think that AR, like for example, you're asking about should we just stay in the computer or go outside? Why not both? Like you asked about why not?
Okay.
So AR, for example, is able to be used in, for example, Microsoft HoloLens is a glass where you can visually see augmented reality things. So what they're using that now, right now, today.
Are you talking VR?
No, not VR, AR.
Is it close?
No.
Oh shit.
It's not. It's virtual, but it's augmented because you put the glasses on, you could still see your surroundings.
Define augmented.
Your augment. You're changing the way your reality is.
With what?
With, for example, right, with those Microsoft HoloLens in a classroom setting to be able to use that. Let's say in a chiropractor's classroom. Mm-hmm. With that, you're able to, like, with those glasses, you could pull up, like Iron Man, in front of you, the bones and extract it fully to the molecular level.
So VR, though, is in the same class because you're using VR to do AR.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
it's VR, AR. There's a couple other R's and stuff. It's
The
weird.
R.
Yeah.
Like VCR?
Yeah, sure. You have to rewind.
That's
Rewind.
the first thing that came to mind.
But it's things like that. For example, students are able to advance much faster because they're able to work on, in this example, humans augmentedly rather than an actual, body, to be able to tweak it to however you want, and the professor to be able to show what they need to show clearly and immediately and instantly to everybody.
What I would really like to see, that I think would be cool, would be the same situation, but if you are a surgeon, right, and you're practicing surgery in the AR,
Yeah.
the mistake that you make, the actual consequence of that mistake would happen within the actual AR.
So that's real right now.
Is
They
that cool?
practice.
Shut
so
up.
as of right now, they practice surgery in AR in a lot of places.
And if you
When
mess
I
up,
mean-
it's gonna like
When
squirt
I mean a
vessel
lot
out
of
your
places
tongue.
in the world, I don't really mean a lot of places. I really mean places that are implementing it and that is improving and growing a lot.
So simulation.
Absolutely. Simulation is very key.
Yeah.
In not even just AR, in AI, in VR, I know I slipped in AI over there, but it's important, especially like, for example, even in computers when you're doing updates, companies simulate the update against what we have right now before they push it out to see if anything's fucked up before they send it
So
out
they
here.
do a tester.
So
That
exactly.
makes sense.
So what's adding to
Fresh
that?
dummy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Cool.
back to Cortez.
I mean, yeah, Cortez was
Yeah,
cool.
Cortez was cool.
What other traveling have we done?
We
We took Wade to Keyhole Sink, so that was cool.
Yeah, we went to Keyhole Sink. I think
used
we
to
talked about
yeah,
Keyhole
we
Sink.
talked about it for
Yeah,
sure,
we
because
took
it's
him-
one of my favorite spots.
Yeah, it's every time, like, for example, Mario came over the other day and we were bored. We're like, all right, we've exhausted Xbox, we've exhausted music, and Wade's knocked out, and we got nothing to do. What do we do? I'm just like, everything that we do that's not what you just mentioned is we go on a hike.
Yeah, we always go on a hike when we.
We want to, and we're like, nah, fuck that shit. We just gotta just play Xbox all night. But
What other crazy stuff has happened in the last 3 months? Like crazy weird, like.
furniture disappeared from my house, but I don't know if we should talk about that.
That's lame.
That was a pretty big thing that happened, but anyway.
couches were gone. It's a thing.
What else was there?
Come on, Wade, get your shit together.
Where else did we go, man? We've gone.
We've gone places.
I think I went to Colorado like.
No, Wade went to.
Canada,
Oh
Maryland.
yeah, you went to Canada.
Yeah, when you went to freaking Cortez, I was in Maryland, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he went to Maryland.
Man,
You got a
we
promotion.
have been lame lately.
Yeah.
We're gonna get back into it.
Yeah.
If you're live right now and you're watching us, if you'll comment something cool we should do, just to like, or something cool we could talk about,
Yeah.
comment down in the bottom for sure, because it really helps us too.
Oh, concert. We went to
Oh!
We went to
Sorry,
concert.
It was
sorry,
speaking.
sorry.
Sorry. We don't want to talk.
We
about
need a
that.
Jamie to fix that.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway, we went to a
Sunday.
concert.
Sublime.
Yeah.
Good.
That
Saw
was
some-
recent.
I saw Sublime live. I never thought I would.
Anybody that watches this that knows me knows how much I love Sublime.
He loves Sublime.
I know all the words to all the songs.
He does. I
do.
saw him sing it.
I saw him sing it. How was it?
I saw him sing it at the concert.
How was
It was
it?
really cool venue too.
The Pepsi Amphitheater.
Yeah, the stage is in the middle of a forest.
Yeah, I wish we could show pictures.
It's
right now.
literally it's
Simmering
like
away.
the stage is here. You're surrounded with forest, little grass patch to go up here, and then you have stalls. And right by the stage, you have something called a timeless lounge. You want to
Timeless
explain what
Lounge.
timeless lounge is?
Yeah, that was the dispensary / smoke area for
The concert.
the amphitheater. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go over there, you buy your little joints.
You have to have a medical card.
Yeah, have to. It's Arizona. We're in Arizona. So, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and you know what was really funny? You know how I'm sure you guys have seen it when you're in general audience or general admission and stuff. You're by the stage, and obviously security guards are like pulling people that are like smoking or doing any kind of drugs or whatever. So there's people hitting blunts, of course, and joints and stuff. So the security guards are calm, by the way, and they're just like, yeah. The guy just like, you know, slowly walks around, you know, goes around the people and stuff. Yeah, you can't smoke. You gotta go over there to smoke. There was like, nobody got in trouble.
Yeah, no one got in trouble.
Yeah, you just gotta go over there, bro. Like, come on, dude.
Everybody's smoking though.
Yeah, that's the West Coast life.
There's a lot of pens getting passed around.
Absolutely.
I don't know who they were, but
Random
I
people
think-
walking up to your car.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
you
right
didn't
after.
know.
I didn't know. What?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that shit was
that's what happened,
weird.
bro.
I thought you saw.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was focused on Josh peeing on my tire in the middle of this giant parking lot. He was sorry, I shouldn't say his name again. What's the name? Damn, everybody's gonna know who was doing that.
Josh!
No, there's a lot of Joshes.
Yeah. Josh, you know the two doors down one?
Yeah.
That one. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah. The
that's
one that's the server?
Yeah. He makes a lot of money. We're good.
Good guy. Good guy.
Oh
Good guy.
gosh.
All right. Anyway.
All right. Random people at your car?
Yeah. So right after you pull out of your spot, one dude literally.
I saw him.
Yeah,
He
bro.
literally.
He walked up. He was like, I was talking to him or something, and he was
Yeah.
talking to you. On
Yeah.
your
Yeah,
side.
he literally like he straight up like this is the window. He straight up walked by and he was like,
Yeah, I
into,
saw
like
him.
this is in the car.
Legit.
He's like, hey, and I don't remember the conversation. What?
Bro,
You
at
guys
first-
started vibing, and I was like, wait, shut the fuck up, let's go.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, no, I mean, he kind of came up to the car super calm.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, you know,
Like he belonged there.
yeah, and it was just, you
That was
know,
weird.
it was uncomfortable at first. You know, I thought he was gonna do something very,
Yeah, because it seemed too good to be true.
Yeah.
For the way of his tone.
Right.
And the way of his
He was just
demeanor.
drunk.
Yeah,
He was just
yeah,
drunk.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It
But
felt
the,
like-
when
yeah.
he started being nice to you, that's when I was like, yo,
Yeah.
let's go, because I thought he was about to pull something, bro.
yeah.
And then he was
But
like,
all
oh,
was
Isn't
cool.
that sad that we think that about people?
I know.
Like,
And that's exactly. Wait, get over here.
Okay, so, long story short,
Come on, man.
we're gonna bring Wade in.
You gotta get Wade in.
Bring Wade in.
You know what? I'll
Just for a
I'll
second. Just for a second.
Yeah. So,
Come tell us the story.
So long story short, no, you see her. Matter of fact, we can share, bro.
Alright.
Yeah, you kind of like that, and then I'm gonna just like, yeah, we can combine
Get in
chairs.
here.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Alright.
Okay, so long story short, gentleman walks up to the car, super smooth.
Yeah.
And you know, at first I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking like, yo, this guy is up to no good. I'm thinking like, okay, does he have a knife on him?
Yeah,
What does he
same-
have?
same fucking thoughts, bro.
But as he like started talking, he was just, hey, what's going on? You know, I'm from Brazil, and he was just very open and fluid about just, you know, getting to know us and just explaining to us about himself. And at the end of the day, you know, we made a friend.
Yeah. As soon
we made
as
it
we
fun.
actually pulled out and
I
everything.
think we made a friend.
Did you?
Yeah.
As soon as
I
we
wasn't
pulled
there,
out,
so.
what did you say that coincided with what he just said?
Oh, I was
Isn't it
like,
sad?
yeah, bro. And then it's
Very
just,
sad.
it's so sad that, you know, we live in a society that, you know, we can't be as fluid and friendly with one another without there being some undertone of some evil stuff about to take place. And you know, it's just terrible, man. It's just terrible.
I think it also comes down from what our experiences have been and what we've seen in society of how people are. But there are also a lot of places in the world where it's just welcome. Like
Yeah.
to be that friendly, it is that welcome. But
Maybe
it's
Eastern
not.
Asia kind of thing.
I see. I don't want to say where because I feel like
I don't want to stereotype, but you know, Russians are not the most friendly people. So we gotta know based on.
You're right. You're right.
Give me an example.
Okay.
Of where that would happen.
A lot of European people are a little bit more free. Like think about the French. I mean, you have the stereotype. You have stereotypes of the opposite
You ever
of what I'm.
met an Irish person?
Yes. He's thrown a chair across my 8th grade classroom.
That's what I'm
Wow.
saying. That's what I'm
Because
saying.
we gave it to
You
him.
can't say
You-
English people in general.
No, I said European.
European.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I didn't
Yeah.
mean. I meant you can't say European people in general. English maybe.
So I'll take back what I said.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's a lot of places, not a lot, but I think there are places in the world that it's more open.
Socialist places. We weren't gonna talk about politics. We just dang it.
You brought it up.
I think honestly,
The socialist place.
you know, I think the reason why, another reason why I think it's so uptight, especially here in the States, media plays a big role
Absolutely.
in pushing out fear and just alternative, fearful
Man, that's
thinking.
That's
You
deep.
know,
That's deep because
and go on.
why am I scared of people like that?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Only because I saw on the news this one time that this motherfucker walked up, or I saw a movie where I saw something
Right.
Yep.
visually in a, you know,
Yeah.
that said it. That's how bad things happen.
Majority of racism, majority of Islamophobia, majority of any type of ridiculous, unnecessary fucking thing that exists like that is mostly because of how it's influenced. For example, you look at the Midwest and like you look at Wisconsin. What's the population over there?
Of Wisconsin?
You
Let
talk-
me. I
No,
got that.
no, no, no.
I
The
got
only
that.
reason- the only reason I'm bringing it up, you don't even have to look it up, Wade. The only reason I'm bringing it
Wade
up
likes
is
to look
you,
things up.
you brought it up because you were telling me one day how the amount of Caucasian population compared to the African American population and the Hispanic population in Wisconsin is 95 or 96% Caucasian or something like
You're
that.
talking Montana.
Montana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Wyoming. That's
So, those people watch the news. Don't have
Look
any
up
clue.
Montana instead of Wyoming.
Don't have any clue of haven't met a Muslim in their life, haven't met a black person in their life, haven't met an Indian person in their life, haven't met any of those, but they see movies, they see news, they see all of this stuff, and then they go make their informed decisions based on that they've never experienced in their life, and they will go to the grave believing their belief based on what somebody else told them and not experiencing themselves. That's fucked up, man. And that's the world we live in.
Man, somebody comment on that shit.
Wisconsin has a population of 5,707,000.
What's the race diversity?
Look up of Montana.
Of Montana?
Montana, look up the race,
Well,
ethnicity diversity
yeah.
Okay.
ratios there, because it's going to be 92% white.
Yeah.
It's going to be about 6% native, and then it's going to be about 1 to 2%
6%
everything.
native. Wow.
Yeah, it's a native thing up there. I mean, that's where.
How much? Fuck that Montana shit. How many native people live in Arizona?
A lot.
But how many are documented to know that they are native?
I mean, we do a census.
We do, but a
Oh,
lot of Native
census,
Americans don't have addresses.
I think the census is cool.
Did you hear what I said?
What? Addresses?
Addresses. Most of Native Americans in the United States do not have addresses.
You don't need that to do that. So natives report everything very thoroughly. I think
Do
it's
they?
really cool. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I need to know more
And
about
it's
this.
public. So I'm from Oklahoma, so we have Creek and the Cherokee that are our main tribes. And I did a lot of side business with them, so this is the only reason I know. We'll talk about that later. No, they have. So I would go to like the chief, and I was going to have a meeting with him to do anything in the tribe, within the tribe. And as I'm sitting in the lobby, I'm reading through their newspaper, and it breaks down every bit of where the money goes. You'd be really surprised. I don't want to get into that.
Why?
I mean,
That's fine. Go ahead.
yeah, let's move on.
All right.
Okay, good. Kyle's racist. I'm not racist, I swear. I'm half black, I can't be racist.
That doesn't mean anything.
But the natives really break down everything
Okay.
they do because it goes throughout the tribe. It's a socialist community type thing.
Here's my question.
They get checks as a group, the whole thing. So.
Here's my question.
Okay, go.
Do you think that differs from state to state / ethnicity, native ethnicity differs? Do you think that differs?
No, it's a federal thing. They are federal lands pushed to the natives. The state had nothing to do with that. Those were established well before the states were established. Native lands, and that's why they break into states and they're spotted throughout the country because they took what was best for them, and then they, of course, set up reservations for the natives. So that was well before the states were in. And I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. I mean,
I'm just
I traveled.
curious about. It's a weird country we live in. It's like it's a ghost nation that's there that is not recognized.
Oh, I did that. Sorry.
You know what I mean? A ghost nation that exists, but it's not recognized.
What are
I
you
mean,
talking about, Ghost Nation?
A ghost nation being the amount of Native Americans that we have,
Yeah.
that have been pushed out of their land.
Yeah.
It's a ghost nation,
Yeah,
man. They have their own laws, they have their own things, and it has nothing to do with us.
Do you think the reservation was good enough payback?
No.
I mean, they can do what they want. It's their land.
There's no payback.
What could you do? What could you do?
There's nothing you could do.
I mean,
except
white settlers are going to come in. They're going to do what they do.
This is I would say probably very radical. It's probably never gonna happen. But the only thing I can think about, one, is the only solution to this is to give back their land and leave, right? Second, that's the super
silly.
The real thing is, you treat them like humans. You go in there with forces and you set.
You say that about every race, though. I mean,
No. They're living in our land, their land. I'm saying our land is our human land. You know, it's weird.
Yeah,
as an American,
I think that we could support them way more. They have a lot of diseases that they die from early because they can't get health care. And
I'm holding back. Alcoholism.
You know why there's alcoholism? You know why that there's alcoholism?
Said it.
Because they die early. And I'm not trying to make that as the reason why they're alcoholics, but it's what you do with your life. Majority of the things where you live, these reservations are sacred land.
They're absolutely great. They're great
absolutely sacred land. But it comes down to why it's not my choice to live here. I had to make it the fact that I had to live here, you know? Like, imagine you, like, being forced out of your house.
I would love to hear a native side on
I'm down. We should have a native on this show.
We should.
Yeah.
We're going to start guest again. We're thinking about it. What do you guys comment on the bottom? What you think about
Yeah.
guest?
Feedback is
Who we should
necessary.
have. I said comment on the bottom too. Move on, no.
Relax, man.
No, I'm having fun.
Okay.
I'm having fun.
Good.
I enjoy myself.
Hey, what are we at? What's the time?
We're on traveling, and then we branched
No,
into...
time-wise, how are we doing?
Oh, time-wise?
We said an hour, right?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I honestly don't care if we go for 3 hours. Personally.
3 hours? Do you think we could do 3 hours of this?
I could do probably 2,
Yeah.
2.5, and see how I feel.
I'll start to get angry. I'll be like,
Shut
up! You don't even know what you're saying.
But anyway, so
what else did we do over the last 3 months?
music,
Really, music
Music,
work.
a lot, man.
a lot of
Music
music.
work.
So
That's why I
we've
was-
invested in a new microphone for music, and now we're able to use it in our podcast.
Thanks.
Thank you, Wade.
My pleasure.
But
Man, I wish Lydell was here. We could say
Yeah,
thank you
I
to
thought he
He's
was
Lydell.
on his way.
coming
He's
by.
on his way. He's on his way. He's on 10:30.
Lydell
he's
is a good rapper, bro.
he is.
He's really
His
good.
voice is very clean. When I mean clean, I don't mean obviously profanity.
Non-explicit.
I mean very. Oh man, my vocabulary, my shit. I need to go to high school and take the SAT. What's the word I'm looking for?
SAT have to do with that?
You have to learn a lot of vocab.
His vocabulary is really good.
Yeah, well, he reads the dictionary.
What kind of nerd? Reads the dictionary.
Fucking dweeb.
Yeah, I wonder if Ice Cube read the dictionary.
I feel like there's a lot of people that did a lot of things that we might not know about.
That's true.
Oh man, that's deep. You know,
Or you can just call me Captain Obvious.
you don't know what I do over at my house right now. You know, like when I don't show up.
He could have had an excellent kindergarten.
Jerking off, probably.
Mostly.
Yeah.
Don't we?
It happens, you know, it's natural.
Guys jerk off. You know what I'm watching?
Humans jerk off.
I didn't even tell you.
Girls deny that they don't jerk off. They're lying.
I think some do.
I think
Like,
majority of
actually,
humans
yeah.
rub one out.
Oh, 90%.
Yeah.
You know what I'm watching? I didn't even tell you what I was watching.
Bye.
Vikings.
Yeah, you told me. No, you told me you were gonna start.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
How is it?
I'm in it.
Yeah?
I just hit season 2.
Okay.
Man,
Are you in it just because you just want to have belonging into watching something, or are you watching it because it's a good show?
That's a good question because it's not that good of a show.
Nope,
But
because
it's no Game of Thrones.
I fell
But-
off shows. That's why. The reason why I asked that question, I've asked myself that question.
Right? No,
I fell off
That's a deep.
just
topic.
entertainment. Like I still watch Netflix shows. Like I used to be able to watch The Office over and over, How I Met Your Mother over and over. But like, it's not that I just have work or I get to go hiking. No, I think it is exactly fucking that. It's work, music, and hiking. I think I got a fucking life, and I don't sit there and watch shows. But now that if I want to pick
Are
up
you
a
judging me?
no. Listen to what I'm saying. This is the other part. What I'm realizing is now if I want to get into a show,
Right.
it's really hard for me to get into a show because I'm like in my head I'm like, what's the purpose?
I bet you like Chernobyl.
Exactly, but the purpose of Chernobyl is I want to know way more about Chernobyl because I know that happened in my lifetime and I know only this much.
Oh,
And-
dude, I learned so much.
Exactly.
I
So
know
that's the
how
difference.
a nuclear reactor works.
Yeah.
Isn't
And
that
they
cool?
explain it.
They explain it.
Explain it.
perfectly.
Yeah, layman's terms.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, like it's not that there's show. I guess there's a lot of shows that you can just waste time on. And of course, I think Chernobyl also you're not wasting time, but depending on the person you are, you might not care about Chernobyl. And like for example, like I might not care about let's say Friends, for example. I like Friends, but let's say I don't care about
If you talk shit about Friends,
or Seinfeld, let's say.
talk shit about.
But do you see the extreme of Chernobyl happened in real life and somebody not caring
Yeah.
and not looking into
Yeah,
it?
they're just watching it as a show versus actually learning.
Exactly. So the paradigm for me changed between not changed, but I guess I've been more self-reflecting about it, where
Right.
it's just like I don't really care to watch not meaningless show, but I guess meaningless shows.
Right.
But I get more interested in things that are like irreverent. You know what I mean?
So you want to hear what we were? Me and Wade over here were talking
Sure.
at lunch today about learning from the show Chernobyl.
Yeah.
About as a leader and as a boss, they seem to want to cover up their mistake. They wanted to lie about it. They wanted to act like it didn't happen.
And a lot of pride.
It's too
When-
much
when-
pride.
It surprises me like it showed me human in raw form because the magnitude of the damage of that nuclear reactor could be doing was doing and no, it can't blow up. The reactor can't blow up. That's impossible. That's scientifically, physically impossible. But there's some scientists that, some of the scientists that worked on that was just like, you know nuclear physics as much as I do. Why did it blow up? And the guy said,
I don't know.
but it did.
But it did.
And
So
everybody
let's figure it out.
Yeah, like nobody had that open mind.
Yeah, no, and that's what we're talking
Right.
about. Listen, admit to what's happening,
Yeah.
admit to your mistakes, and figure out how to get better. Right?
Reminds me of someone really, really close that I work with. But anyway, I really wish he would improve on that. Not you.
No, we used him as a as a topic of our discussion. So yes, just say, listen,
Yeah.
things went bad.
Yeah.
I apologize. I'm not perfect. We did the best we could because they took the right steps in Chernobyl.
And how can you not have that type of
So
mindset?
Yeah.
When
How?
literally millions of people's lives are, and you're
But
like,
that person you were just talking about, how does he not have that mindset? And he is a very smart guy and
He
a
knows.
very
yeah,
successful,
Yep.
strong, nice guy.
Yeah.
But he does not have that mindset.
No.
Are you born with that?
Right.
Are you born with that, or
No,
or do
you
you
know,
develop
I
that
think
somehow?
I think a lot of people attribute to being born with a lot of traits, but I think environment and society and your upbringing absolutely shapes you into that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm guaranteeing you the way those men and women were brought up. It's the environment. It's how your parents or your guardians or the people that brought you up.
So I had a weird environment growing up.
Yeah.
How did my environment? I don't remember my mom being like, "Hey, listen, Chernobyl happened like this, so live your life like this." You know, like how did I grow those traits and that thought of mind through what my mother taught me, which was not,
So,
you know, deep.
I was I have one of my best friends, and I was talking to him, and he was thinking about going to the army or finishing college or whatever, because his parents are forcing him to go to college to be a doctor, et cetera, et cetera. And I told him, I was like, you know, it's not that you're at an age, but you are grown up enough. This was like around 18 or 19, where you were raised by your parents, and you were raised by the people around you, by their family, your friends in high school. All these people raised you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you get to make the choice of, not just at 18, I'm saying whenever, but you need to be able to get to that eventually. But what you need to get to is literally make the choice of, okay, this is what I've been grown up to. I can make the choice to go completely opposite direction because it's my life and it's my choice. But not a lot of people reflect on themselves to be able to make the choice, because this is what they've been taught and what they've been grown into, and this is the life that they know. And that's why tradition exists. Why do arranged marriages happen? Why do people keep forcing it? Because it keeps, when you're young, it keeps, like, that's what you see. You see it in movies, see it in the news, see it here, see it there. It goes back to the media.
Exactly. That's weird, dude. That was a
Yeah.
good call. That was a good call.
Well, what's media? It's us.
We're media right now.
It-
We're mediating.
Us.
We're mediating.
Yeah.
That's the right word,
Yeah.
right? We're
Yeah.
mediating.
Yeah.
So
that's
we're
weird.
mediating thoughts.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we're
hope good
mediating.
thoughts.
Yo,
I
we're
really
mediating critical thinking. Well, that's what I hope. I hope you guys critically
I
think.
really hope that I am passing on a positive, inspirational,
All he's saying is don't be
gangster
fucking
ass
stupid.
message. You know what I'm saying?
All he's saying is don't be fucking stupid. Think, help people, love people,
And be
enjoy life.
open-minded. You know, like
Yeah.
listen. These are all our opinions.
Yeah.
This is really deep stuff, and you might not agree.
It might be deep or not.
But the cool thing is, I hope you don't agree, so that I can learn
Yeah.
from what you would change, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Listening, I think, is a big key.
listening. Just listen.
No.
Just a little bit.
Well, you know the scientific
'Cause
method,
I hate
right?
listening. What?
What's the last step of the scientific method?
Isn't there like 5 steps to the scientific method?
I got it.
Eight or nine.
Yeah, get that.
What's the
get
last step of the scientific method?
that. I don't know.
Repeat.
Oh yeah. I did
So you know
that.
why? You keep doing it over and over again, and science is not just one laboratory or one person
Nerd.
working on something.
Are you just trying to say repeat by explaining science? What a nerd.
Well, the reason
How
why
would you use sports like a man?
no, I'm not trying to bring it to repeat, but I'm trying to bring it up to the feedback of hearing disagreements. How science works is literally in the scientific method. It literally, what does it say?
Okay. Number one.
How many steps?
Okay, 5 steps.
Oh my god! I said that!
What are the steps?
5
Yes!
steps. First step.
Is the last step repeat? Man, they gave me more
hypothesis.
steps than
Wait,
fucking
Wait. I got it.
Hypothesis.
Check this out. First
Yeah.
step, ask a question. Second step, construct a hypothesis.
Yeah. Okay.
Third step, test your hypothesis by doing an experiment. Fourth, analyze your data and draw a conclusion.
And repeat.
Number 5 is communicate your findings to others.
Oh,
So where's okay?
That's the
So
side-
all I'm
that's-
saying
so
is,
that-
in my living environment,
It's good.
Mrs. Yap,
Thank
Mrs. Passanisi now told me about 8 fucking
Yeah.
goddamn
media,
steps.
Media that shit.
huh?
Media that shit is step 5, man.
So, the reason why I'm bringing up the scientific method is at the end of the scientific method, it's not just if you're working on an experiment, like for example the theory of gravity, or doing the particle, the Hadron Collider. You know about that, right? The CERN laboratory, how worldwide, Sorry.
No, that's weird.
But the point is, it's not just one person working on that. You want the other laboratory to disagree with your results, to look at the discrepancy, to be able to move forward to a conclusion of, okay, we're not we as close to right as possible is what we're gonna get to. So let's disagree on the way to the closest right. So you gotta hear the feedback. I wanna hear your disagreements so I can be a better fucking person.
Optimism equals future.
Yes, but I think realistic optimism is the future. Because you can't base it off of just fucking, you know, like, oh, you
The
know.
earth is flat.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
Inside joke. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
inside
No
joke,
inside
inside
jokes
joke.
on this thing.
There's another topic.
We don't do that
Another
here.
topic for another day.
We're
Another topic-
professionals.
Another topic for another day.
So what else in the last 3 months?
I would like to interrupt, Danny.
I can't
so
eat this on the
No,
pod.
I know, but you just gotta taste it, bro.
You need to eat
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I'll
need to taste
taste
it.
it.
So, long story short,
Dude, that
it's
thing
a
is good,
it's a
dude.
peanut butter jelly sandwich, but on rice cakes.
This looks like drywall.
It's better than on
Insulation. No
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah. So,
But it's better than a peanut butter on. Oh, dude, I just had one. It was delicious. It was delicious.
so
Hey, why
and
he's
it's
doing
Wow.
yeah. So it's a little healthier alternative if you're trying to dodge carbs. Rice cake. It's pretty
Well,
much.
you're not dodging carbs by eating a rice cake.
Yes, you are.
I mean, compared to like wheat bread.
Are you calling?
That's fair.
You get what I'm saying? Like the
Okay.
the
Okay, the level.
Yeah, the level.
I thought you were just saying no carbs here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so you know.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
It's delicious. That's what I said.
So I just thought you would.
Rice cake, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No, let him finish.
No,
Oh, well,
I'm
no,
not
well,
even
yeah.
doing a podcast.
The whole
man.
cast. The whole cast. Yeah. Hey, you got that kalimba?
Yeah.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Wade. So
With the lime in the coconut and shake it all up.
Hey.
Kalimba. You wanted to No.
So a very sweet girl that I know.
Aw.
We weren't gonna spout names on here, but she's a very sweet girl.
Her name is Fandrea.
A fan.
Bruh.
funny. He ruined it this time. Fandrea. Minus the fan. Or minus the fan. Okay, so she got me this because she knew we worked on music a bunch, and she knows I like to play instruments and percussion. So she was at a store and got me a kalimba. A kalimba is also known as a thumb piano, and it uses these bars to be able to make piano melodies. And this is a very, it's so cool, right,
so
dude?
Cool, so cool.
What a sweetheart. She was like, I saw it and I instantly thought of you, and she said, I'm going to give this to Liquid as my first donation because I believe in you guys.
Oh, that means that there's gonna be more donations.
Yeah, send all donations to P.O. Box.
So
P.O.
that's
Box
a kalimba,
Liquid.
if you didn't know what a kalimba was.
That's pretty dope.
Pretty
I
cool,
never
right?
knew that instrument existed.
I
Honestly.
didn't either.
Yeah.
Watch YouTube videos. It's so cool. They do so
Yeah.
many emotionally beautiful songs.
Yeah.
Emotionally beautiful.
Yeah.
That is good descriptive words.
Yeah.
I need to write a book.
Yeah.
I thought about writing a book at one point in time.
No, not a lot of.
You know, that's real. Yeah.
I had a crazy
Not
life.
a lot of thoughts are good. I'm just fucking joking.
If a rock was or if a vagina was a rock, I would love it more. I don't know.
That's a reference to our old podcast.
Yeah, old podcast. What's episode about 3 or 4?
Yeah,
four.
Yeah. He has a rock fetish.
I love rocks.
So we talked about his rock fetish last.
Yeah. We'll continue to talk about my rock fetish.
Hey, you want to reel it back to Chernobyl really quick / HBO and
What
talk
are we
about
gonna
Netflix passwords and how we share it?
do,
How the entire fucking globe shares Netflix passwords.
Can we
with
really
friends.
just talk about how you're like, oh, Kyle, my HBO bill just hit. I noticed you have been watching quite a bit of my HBO.
Yeah, almost all of the show says already watched.
Watch again.
Oh, God.
My
dude,
watch
that's
again is
a-
the entire HBO library.
Yeah, he makes me feel bad on the regular. So, no,
Wow.
we can talk about that.
No. I thought it was just cool. I think it's pretty funny.
Sharing passwords is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do they make money if everybody shuts
Netflix
down?
was trying to stop that shit.
How?
I think they're still trying to implement it. I think they might. I think it's still not even beta testing. But point is,
I think they hired Hitler as their CEO and made it just go away.
yeah.
Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, let's just throw all the passwords in the gas chamber. Huh? Why don't we? But
I almost said fucking Jews, but then
you
I
just
was-
did.
my
You
God.
fucking orange juice or like apple juice or which juice?
I feel like I can say whatever I want to say. on this,
Absolutely,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
just don't be a fucked up individual.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
neutral.
That's fair.
you elected me to be on this podcast, so you
Yo,
you knew what you
Stop,
were getting
can you
into.
tag in? Can you tag in? Anyway,
All right,
anyway,
assistant.
Netflix Oxford.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool. The way we as humans just are
A community.
naturally just
Yeah.
fucking share that shit.
yeah.
Like,
We're like, how can we?
but
all
it's
say-
only $10, so like
But-
whatever.
But does
Yeah.
that make us like a socialist personality?
was
Like where
thinking
we
about
want
that.
to share? Why do you always just? I guess.
No, it doesn't
I
make
guess
it.
Russia is a socialist
No,
community.
socialism
that fucked up.
wouldn't work in an individual type of thing because socialism is a form of government. You're not institution government by sharing Netflix.
Is
passwords, Kyle.
socialism a form of government, or is it a form
Is it an
of
idea?
law?
Is it an idea? Well, a
How-
form of
what-
law
what
is the
would-
government, no?
Like communism.
'Cause you're
Is that
governing
is
by these
communism
laws.
And I totally don't know the answer to this. So, is communism a type of government system? Is socialism a type of government system, or is it a idea of a community? You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Is socialism
Uh,
a government?
I have this idea in my head that socialism is what I would
Okay, so this
want
was
to be a
socialism.
part of. So
Socialism is a range of economic and social systems characterized by social ownership of the means of productions and workers' self-management, as well as the political theories and movements associated with it. So I would say it's how I would put it with the government.
yeah, because anything involving
It-
political movement.
Yeah, and it's not just political that I would say. I would just say the type of control that you have to have over a piece of land to control the workers, for them to come under that one type of rule and that type of message.
A governing factor.
Exactly, you're governing by these
Ideals.
exactly.
Okay.
That's the word, ideals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I might be wrong. I could be negative 3,000% wrong.
So we're
No. That's a
everything
that's
we
redundant.
say, right?
I
is-
could be 3,000% wrong.
Hey, when we decide to go to recording, we're gonna have to put
If
these
we.
thoughts. These thoughts are not necessarily true at the bottom of this thing.
We could do that right now. We can just
Yeah.
go back in there and throw it in there.
We need Ricky Bobby on this bitch right now. Like, no. What do you need? Like I'm about to Ricky Bobby this shit. Yeah. Trademark
anyway.
number one. What else in the 3 months? 3 months.
Fuck
man.
the 3 months. What's in the next 3 months? Let's talk about that.
What's in the next 3 months? Okay, that's right. I was like, man, that's good. How did he come up with that?
Time travel.
Time traveler.
Anyway, all right. Let's see what's in the next 3
months. So I wanted to move to Alaska, but you know things changed a little bit.
Hey, you want to have a friend moment really quick?
Is it gonna make me cry?
No.
Because I don't want to cry on
No.
camera, and I cry easy.
I quit very easily in a lot of things, you
Okay.
know. And I've been thinking about where I am right here, and slowly and but surely, in my head, as much as you guys hear it too, but more in my head, I'm finding more and more excuses to kind of just get myself out of situations. That hasn't happened yet, you know, like in the future, like, oh, I can get myself out of this because this is my excuse because I don't fuck with this. You know, I don't know, it's just overthinking.
Like
stuff
wearing a uniform.
Yeah, stuff like that. It affects me in different ways and stuff like that, where it doesn't have to.
Man,
Because it's the process. and not the product, right? The process is the journey and the product is the destination. And what's the destination? You might not know sometimes. Right now, I have a clue, but I still kind of don't know. But my point is, when you said you're going to move to Alaska, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up, and I said I want to have a friend moment, is because I choose, you might not be like me, but I choose to quit a lot of things. I've dropped out of college every semester.
My friends are watching right now and being like, oh, that's Kyle right there. That's what he's talking about. Kyle, yeah.
You know? So, I've been trying to force myself to thinking, yo, process. Just, why did I come here? What did I get myself, you know, if I didn't come here for that job, I wouldn't be sitting here doing this podcast. I wouldn't be sitting here meeting you guys and pouring my life into music and traveling and seeing the globe like I want to. Yes, there's downfalls and stuff like that. I think I jump a lot and change a lot of things daily, and I'm really trying my best to not move on from big things in life like a job like this and just finish it out. Finish it out and just say fuck it and leave.
But how long is finish?
That's up to you for you to find out.
But what if I say finishes in 6 months? Then
ask
you're
the question,
calling it.
Then ask the question of, when you get there, right? You go to Alaska. You spend 6 months there, or however long, 2 weeks, 3 days, 3 hours, 10, whatever long, 10 years.
Right.
Ask yourself, would you have wanted to stay longer? Would you have regretted it? Before you make the decision,
would you regret staying longer?
No. Would you regret the decision that you made coming here for what you came here for?
But my goal when I came to the Grand Canyon was to see Grand Canyon and see all that it offers. And not just go walk the rim and not just go down the canyon, but everything
I feel
around.
like I'm watching you and I'm not looking at, like, do you see the camera? Look at the camera.
Yeah.
Can you see me? No? Okay. All right.
Can I mention the tie-dye? Because I know we weren't supposed to. I know we weren't supposed to, but dang, that looks cool. Okay, so
yeah, our friend makes tie-dye shirts, and yesterday.
We're not promoting yet.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, but he can pay if he wants to.
Yeah, if you guys want a tie-dye shirt, drop a comment or email us.
I almost said Colton $25 donation, and you can have your name on there. But then I would have said Colton again.
10 tie-dye shirts for $1.49.
10 chicken nuggets for $1.99.
No, $1.49.
No, is it really?
Price change.
Yeah. The price change, man. Jokes change. Change jokes.
My whole life.
It's not accurate. Yeah, no. Anyway, our friend Colton makes tie-dye, and you know one of the funniest thing, bro? So he used to be my roommate, right?
Yeah.
You know that because you're the housing coordinator. I just threw out your title.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm IT, he's front desk. Just saying. Anyway, he moved out, and the way he makes his tie-dye shirts is we have a picnic table. And it's a steel picnic table.
It's a nice
steel. It's a metal picnic table with rubberized whatever.
Yeah, it's a nice
coating.
picnic table.
And it has holes and stuff. So there's times where I've come home and this dude is just hanging out outside on the picnic bench with his entire setup. I'm like, dude, do you even pay fucking rent here? Like, get the fuck out, bro.
Down.
Like, you just live 3 doors down.
One day you're gonna come home and the picnic table's gonna be gone and it's gonna be over at his house.
Dude, he comes over, he's like, yo, I brought steaks. Can I just use your stove to make some steaks?
Your stove?
Yeah. And
stove doesn't work?
I did. He said, I'll give you a steak, and that's where I stopped asking questions. Because I got a free.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, bro, go ahead.
That makes sense.
I would do that too.
Yeah, I'll take steak. Yeah, please cook. You're going to do dishes too, or is that somebody else's? Is that wait? No, I'm just kidding. But nah, Colton's cool. He makes tie-dye shirts. A little shout out for him. If he chooses to make any monetary
donations.
No, if he chooses.
We gotta call them donations, or we gotta pay taxes.
Write it off, Reg. Write it off.
I'm always thinking business.
Nah, if he's interested in selling tie-dye shirts and stuff, we'll absolutely promote him and everything. I don't know why we have to share this with the
World.
squad,
Yeah, I don't know.
with the too many topicers.
Thanks guys for watching, by the way.
Yeah,
Thank
these
you.
topicers over here. I don't know if that's what they
That's
want
the
to be
name. That's
called.
the name of.
I-
Yeah. Is that?
I don't know, topicers.
Is that our fan base?
Yeah,
The
Topicers. Hey, give me some topicers.
Topicers.
Fucking
If
crazy.
you guys want to start a webpage,
I wanna
it's not for me to say, but
This is me
if you
cringing.
want to.
Or
I'm
It's
cringing.
hot in here.
I'm cringing.
Why is it hot?
Topicers.
Topicers?
feel like it's so gay.
Or they could decide.
I don't mean
Gammas?
gay in a very. I mean
Yeah.
gay in a very happy way. I don't mean in a derogatory way where you're homosexual.
I've been telling him to work on that. I've
Yeah.
been telling him to work on that.
Mr. Racist over here.
I'm not a racist. I know I
I'm
know
just
that.
messing.
No, I totally want to address that because it's like I just really know that it's an influence in everything day to day life for everybody. So why not just address it out front and
Yeah.
be real about it?
And I don't. I
I think it's funny.
I absolutely.
Racism is funny.
Absolutely, but I
Yeah,
think.
it's probably the number one topic for comedians.
I think.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I really hope you guys understand that this is a show.
I mean, we're expressing ourselves.
Fucking Kyle!
Why are we
trying to save it right now?
Oh,
Yeah, well-
we're expressing ourselves.
No,
That's
but
not true.
absolutely, and
I have an
and
expression to get out.
racism. I think real racism, not joking around racism.
Who's texting you?
No one. It's a reminder to set up my camera.
Oh, okay. Continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Shit, I lost my thought. Way to go, Kyle.
It's a
No.
scatterbrain thing, eh? I thought I was supposed to do that. That's
What
what
were we talking about?
Wait.
racism.
Racism.
There it is.
So I think real racism
There it
is fucked up.
Yeah.
Subtle racism, all types of racism is fucked up. But guess what? It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I think stereotyping, hilarious. Is it fucked up? Absolutely. But let's not make this into a comedy show
I was
because
chewing on my nails in this camera show. We're live. I can't believe I didn't.
It's all
my
good.
bad. I'm
why are you
so
saying
sorry.
my bad? Be free.
I can, yeah. So I can.
Let me know another show that people bite their nails in.
Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too many topics.
We are too
the
cool.
only place.
We are cool people. How are we doing on time?
I don't care.
Do
Do you
I'm,
care?
I'm running out of things to think about.
Okay.
Man, it's hot.
All right, guys.
Did we already?
So-
What do we talk about?
Did we provide?
Let me finish my racism thing, please,
Yeah.
because I don't want to leave that half-assed.
We
and
can't
that's
say
fair.
racism too many times on the show.
Of course we can.
Our
You
bosses
feel
are
uncomfortable?
our bosses are watching.
No, they're not. And if they watch,
Okay.
Oh God.
what up?
Hey, can we talk about corporate America? Like, I've never really been a
Can
part
I
of-
finish racism
Yeah,
first?
yeah, let's
'Cause I think it's unfair to
Do you
not.
see me trying to drag away?
The only reason I want to finish it because I think it's fair to address it, like you said.
Yeah.
Just we're racist.
Everybody
Fair.
is.
That's fair.
Majority of people are racist, in their head or outside and stuff, and it sucks. It affects a lot of people. You shouldn't be afraid of who you are because of how somebody's talking about you and what you are and stuff like that, or even teasing you or making you feel uncomfortable and those things. But obviously, we're putting out the energy of joking about racism into our podcast. So I hope you guys take it with a light heart because we're joking here and we love everybody here, or else we wouldn't be sitting together. And that's not to dismiss the racism fact of it because obviously it could be in different ways and different avenues and stuff like that. But I just want to use this as a one-time disclaimer PSA for us to let you know that we're just fucking around. And if you actually really do feel offended about what we say, tell us so we can grow.
I'm tearing up for real, bro. I don't know why. I get all emotional. I use racism as a cover for, shitty things happen, right?
Yeah. And it's good that you're aware of it. So do something about it because things change with one person. And guess what? When one person changes and they're on a platform, other people change.
Yeah,
And grow.
influence, yeah.
Exactly.
But not everybody.
So you're important in my life. And if you're important in my life and I'm okay with you being on a show with me,
Because I'm black.
Exactly.
If I let a
I
black
got
man
my half black
on my
friend.
show, you know I'm not racist. He's over there talking to girls like, no, I'm not racist. I got a black guy on my show.
Yeah, he's like half. But anyway, you know that's really it about racism. We're just fucking around. If you guys feel offended, just let us know. We'll grow and stuff like that. But
Or if
just,
you like it, or if you like the discussion and how it
yeah,
progresses, let us know that too.
it's all in good faith. As weird as that sounds, as I say that you're a redneck.
I'm from Oklahoma. I don't
But
know. So I think some people are gonna watch this that didn't watch our last ones.
Yeah.
So go back and watch the old ones.
Absolutely.
And learn about us as, you know, like where we're from and where we came from and where we live. That's what our last one's really about a lot. Episodes 1 through 4. Yeah, right. Now in 5, we really have. Man, our friendship has taken a new level. So I think our podcast is going to be a little different than the first 4 were.
he loves me. It's okay.
I got past that liking Danny stage, and now I'm like, I'll suck your dick anytime you want. You know, like anytime. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, he's gay as fuck.
No. He's lying.
That's
Girls,
what they all say.
I'm single. Just know I like the vajayjay, and if you like it eaten.
I like how he's trying to get girls on a podcast. On our podcast.
That's why we made this, bro.
Right,
You
yeah,
said
Groupies!
Yeah, right. That's why.
But,
that's the only reason I make music too.
Hey, I bought a new car.
Oh, yeah, I was
I
there.
forgot that happened. How did we forget that part?
I bought a car.
Oh god.
That shit was intense to go through, bro.
Here we go.
Fucking A.
We're gonna hear the story, right?
I'll slice, you know.
All right.
Pretty much TLDR. TLDR means too long didn't read, or we'll do TLDL. It's too long didn't listen. Anyway, yeah, you're not a fucking millennial, so I guess you won't fucking get it. It's Reddit talk.
It's Reddit talk.
But pretty much, I spoke to a dealership and they said that the car's ready for me to pick up. I put money down, bought the insurance, went down there. They sold the car to somebody else. And it wouldn't be that crazy if the car dealership was across the street, but it wasn't. We live in the
70 miles. Sorry.
I'm sorry. The dealership was 200 miles away.
Oh, you went to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Fuck your life.
Yeah,
Damn,
dude. Like,
that
what the
sucks.
fuck? So
That
I'm
sucks.
like, I'm on the phone and I'm just like, bro, can we take care of all the paperwork, whatever we can on the phone? Yeah, man, we got you. I got you. Cars on the lot. You know, we got a car wash. Got this. We got this done. Everything's. Oh, you got your name. You know, got all the credit history. Got my credit run. Got all the shit done. Okay. Right before we leave, you know, roll. Right before we leave, I called the dude.
You tried to throw that in, but you're like,
I called the dude and I was like, hey, I'm leaving right now. Tell me if there's anything else I need to do before I leave and get down there and pick up my fucking car.
Right.
Nah, you're good. We're gonna start the paperwork as you're driving right now. Good to go. Blah 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 blah. Start driving down there. Go down there. No. Actually, midway, he calls me saying, "So you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. We sold the car," and I literally go, "Are you fucking serious?" And he says, "Sir, watch your language."
He said that?
Yeah. Dude, the deal.
Hey,
When I
you
got
watch
there,
your asshole because I'm about to fuck it.
when I got there, and see, I was still polite. I was still polite,
Jesus.
and they were trying to sell me a different car. And by the way,
That's okay.
it's just aggravated.
So what happened after the whole? You missed the car opportunity.
Whatever.
Okay.
And I really, if I were to buy a car, there's only one car that I would buy, and I bought that car. And it worked out. It all worked out in the end. The next day, I went on this site called CarMax. By the way, I'm not getting paid by CarMax. But if you were to buy a car, I would say don't go anywhere else but CarMax.com.
They were so awesome.
Like,
Their hospitality
they're not a
was
dealership. They're a shop.
Are you saying you don't like car salesmen?
Yeah, I know you used to be. But I love you.
Yeah.
It's the job that you did.
No, yeah, it's just
It's the job that you did.
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. You know? But my point is,
It supported my drinking habit.
it was completely different how I dealt with CarMax because it felt like literally you going to like not as good, but you're going to an Apple store for a car. That's what it felt like. Because
the phones are on the wall, and you're like, oh, I like that one.
Yeah, like straight up. And not even just that. It was just I did the entire process over the phone. And they gave me updates through my text message, my email, and I opted in for those things. You know, they didn't automatically do those. And the people were extremely friendly. They're not trying to get you because they're not working for commission. They're just there to sell cars like any other store.
Like a normal job.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, and that was way more relieving, and the stress was lower, and it's like you're not negotiating. And the difference with CarMax is the price you see is the price. That's the price. That's the price.
But you can't bring that price down.
No.
Okay.
That's the price. And if you, I was okay with it. The only reason I was okay with it is my car was $4,000 undervalued. And I'm not just basing it off of my car. I took different classes of car, like subtypes, like full-size sedan, mid-size sedan, you know, hatchback, different things, and looked at the price and looked at the regular price of what other dealerships are selling for, $3,000-$4,000. That's my region, by the way. I'm not trying to say this is everywhere, but my point is, they absolutely get to a very, very accurate value. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's right there in front of you.
There's no hassle. There's no haggle. No, it's called the no haggle price, which makes sense. But anyway, point being, I bought a new car. I was able to find that online the next day, and I set everything up for the next payday and go down there.
Why did you want this car?
Why did I want this car? So I wanted this car because I couldn't get a Tesla.
Broke ass nigga.
No, for real, man. A Tesla Model 3, the most affordable Tesla right now, which is $35,000, is monthly payment would be coming around anywhere, let's say from $300 to $500.
How much is the insurance?
Right? So the insurance, even though it is, what's the word? Objectively, the safest car in the entire planet, the Model 3, based on J.D. Power Associate Awards. You can look that up. What up, Ray?
He's like, shh. You can open the door, bro. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's totally fine, bro.
Chilling, dude.
So, fuck, man, where was I? God damn it, Ray.
Oh,
man!
Like, you're fucking open, like over there, out of the picture.
All right. So Tesla, it's objectively one of the safest cars in the world. So what does that mean? Oh, insurance should be so low, right? No, fuck that. No, Tesla makes their like repairs or anything like that. The repairability rate on Teslas are really, really low because Teslas are the only ones that make their own paint. They make their own like body.
Like Apple.
Like they make their own parts and it makes sense because guess what? No, who else is gonna be able to make them? You know, like this is a brand new car company in the 21st century.
You millennials.
You look at Model T.
You millennials.
Look at Model T.
I need something that no one else can do. Why can't you just be like a Ford factory guy? Put it on the press and let me have it.
Because it kills the earth.
Oh, fuck the earth.
All right, then die.
I'm saying the earth is not gonna fall apart in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So fuck it. I'm just saying that's a good idea. Like in my
Would you like it if the earth thought that way about you? Like as in, oh, you know, I don't have to live
Are you
till
quoting the Bible here?
No,
What are you doing?
I'm saying literally, metaphorically, if the earth literally thought, hey, I don't have to live till these people are alive. Fuck it, I'll just blow up.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
I would. Life is done.
Yeah.
Yes. To the next day.
So you're the wrong person to talk about
to
this.
The next
Got
day.
it.
You know how I am, dude.
I know you are.
I'm just controversial.
I don't think you are. I think you have a huge wall.
Yeah.
Been thinking about it all day. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, that's weird.
God.
That's weird. You've been thinking about me all day.
It's as soon as we start talking about
Why
it.
can't we talk about it on the podcast? If we're gonna talk
Because
about
I
it,
don't know if you'll be comfortable after things that I'll
Say it. Yeah, say it.
Fuck you.
I would love you to talk about me
No, you wouldn't.
at any given time.
Kyle, you say things that you don't mean and then you regret them later in your head.
Is that what you wanted to say?
No, because I'm saying that right now in this aspect.
He came in the front door. No. No, I think
Back
this
to
is good.
Teslas
No,
and
I think
Chevy
this is
Bolts.
good. I think
No,
this is
it's
good.
not.
It's real life. We can talk about Teslas.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about it.
I think you have a wall with racism.
Okay.
I think you have a wall with not being okay with authority.
Okay.
And I think that's good.
You mean like when you say racism was the first thing you brought up, so obviously that's the biggest thing in your mind. I use racism as a shield because I'm insecure about my blackness.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm totally insecure.
Yeah.
I'm biting my nails
Can
right
I ask
now.
you why you're insecure about your blackness?
Man, because okay, so I think here's my theory.
Okay.
Because
No, I don't want your theory. I want your feelings. Why do you feel insecure?
Here's the thing. I'm totally aware that I use that as a shield.
See, the thing is,
Is
I
that
know
a good
you
thing?
are.
That's like a self-awareness.
So the thing
That's
with
a good
me,
personality trait, right?
is, I know I know the things that I'm doing wrong,
Right.
but I know it. But what do I choose to do about it? It's the action that matters.
But I don't know that my racism hurts anybody because I use it in comedy-wise. I use it, and I think I use it enough.
Have you gotten feedback?
Yeah, I've been punched in the nose for being black. Yes, I have.
I'll tell you right now, if you hung out with my friend Xavier, sorry
Shut up.
Xavier, I'm telling you right now, if you were as racist as you are right now, we'd still be totally fine. He'd still be fine with you.
Yeah.
But over the course of your friendship, he will get tired of it. You know why? Because he got tired of us. We grew up as best friends, and we would just joke.
About
Oh.
racism.
Specifically about him.
About black people.
Sure.
I joke about black people a lot.
No, specifically about him and certain references and making him feel like shit because it's funny because it gets the crowd going.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I do that a lot.
No, I'm not saying that's you, but my point is, what I was trying to say is you can't know it affects somebody because not everybody will speak up, right? And what happens is, with this example of my friend, after being friends with him 5-6 years, he came up to us, be like, yo, I don't want to be friends with you guys anymore. You guys are very toxic. Like, I feel like shit. Stop fucking calling me a nigga. You know what I mean? Like, like not in a friendly way, not like in the hardcore, straight up, like to make somebody laugh because you're the butt end of the joke. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that you can't know. I kind of knew, but I didn't know until he said something. And not everybody will say something.
It always hurts. You know, it does hurt.
It's funny and it's a very, very interesting subject.
But like when Dave Chappelle says something like, "Hey, black people, you know, my dad was black, so he must not know me."
Absolutely.
You know, how I
And
was
he
bringing
says
that
it
up.
himself. He was just like, he says racism fucked up, but he also says, but that shit funny.
But it's funny. But it's not funny in a friendship, in a relationship when you're trying to grow.
Yeah.
And I understand that.
I don't think you should hurt people with racism, but I think you could be very comical and bring it to attention. But
That's
you
why I
don't
do a
always
podcast.
have to bring it to attention. But you could bring it in comedy. But like I
Where
said,
did this start? Where did this start?
don't use that. But don't use that as your wall. Feel me? Don't use that as your wall.
I'm breathing.
It's all good.
I'm sweating right
It's
now.
all good.
Everything's getting small. in
I
this room.
think I want to play one of our Liquid songs, and then I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
cool.
Here,
On the speakers?
yeah.
do we use this one?
Yeah.
Hey, while he's figuring that out, I want to say thank you again one more time
Love you guys.
for watching. This has been fun. I hope we get to do more. We're looking forward to more. We'll let you know in the next podcast what days we're going to do it more specifically. We wanted to just put something out today to get back in the loop. So
it's weird. Everything is up in the air. But let's bring it back down to the ground.
yeah, we'll figure it out next podcast. We'll really give you an outline of our goals and what we want to do with this podcast in the future. So enjoy the music. Yeah, it looks like he has it pulled up. So.
Yeah. You know, we don't really have names. We
We
just
gotta
gotta
come
have
up with like one of those Hanson.
just no
symbols,
gang
like-
signs. Like, how can we make?
What do you like?
How
What do
can
you
we
like
make
this,
liquid?
like,
How can I
oh,
can't put the
shit.
blood sign up, but
How-
how can I make liquid?
Next show we'll have a hand sign. Play that shit. Play that shit.
All right.
All right.
Hey, Lydell's here. All right,
Oh
so
shit! Perfect timing. Lydell.
we don't really have
last member of Liquid.
Yeah.
Hey, Lydell.
I know. Show your face.
Come here. Hey, what's up?
This is
Hey,
Lydell.
What's
Party
up? What's
Liquid.
up? We gotta come up with a hand sign. That's what we decided for the next.
All
show.
right, so this is Toontown name to be, changed and
Yeah,
shit.
what's up? What's
But
up?
we're about to
Liquid
close
right
out with this song. Let us know what you think. It's gonna be in the actual description below.
Hey, this is
All right.
Raymond. That's our boy Raymond. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Hey,
That's fun.
hey. Check it.
That's Lydell on track.
That's like that.
See, I rap what I rap. Fuck you, bitch, and your motherfuckers ain't me. I put 2 million handles. Got this bitch in the Kangos, and she jumping like a kangaroo.
The number you have dialed after the
Call that
tone.
bitch back.
The new number is.
I might call this
Please
bitch.
note, the new number
That's
is.
just good.
You got 2 cents? Yeah.
Put up us as the first song.
Don't move the light.
Fucking up the set, man.
Everyone is jumping down.
So I caught 1, then I caught 2, then I caught 3 bad bitches in the stew. Cook 'em up and I feel me. Cause these bitches looking at me like they feel me. Yeah, money. All of the bitches. Money over the shit, yeah, I'm fucking with it. I ain't never tripped this shit. I'm fucking with it. Wait.
Wake up, nigga.
Got the bitch looking down and she big up, nigga. I got titties on the bed, she's big up, nigga. I got a bitch over here and she shake her ass, nigga. And she stick with it. You got the bitch looking at me and she deal with it. I ain't never tripped, bitch. You ain't stick with it.
About to make some more music. I have a feeling that you like something good tonight. I have a feeling that is about to get hard tonight.
Money over everything, get it hot. Get it out. Told you we fucking land on
We look good, huh? We look good.
better on that.
Don't lie.
Hey.
Hey, you what you're saying, Zach? I was gonna say, did you get ready?
We got the fucking Three Musketeers over